All right. Hi, Grandma.
Hi,
Hi.
Justin.
So, what I want to do today, it's what, September 7th, right? 2018.
September 7, yes.
Yeah. So, what I want to do today, I just want to talk. You're going to be going to the Philippines and back home.
Yes, back home.
What, Sunday?
Sunday.
Sunday, yeah. So, I just want to talk and I just want to hear more about your life because I remember like a couple of years back, sometimes I'd ask about like, what what life was like back in the day for you. And
Uh, what,
I just want to explore more about your life, what you've been through. How does that sound?
what my life?
Yeah.
Uh, I taught in the Philippines for 32 years,
Okay.
the public school.
So I just got some general questions and then we'll go from there, okay? How about that?
Yes.
All right. So what's your what's your full name?
Teresita, Cardenas, Costes.
Okay. How old are you now?
I am 90 years old.
90. Wow, I thought you were in your 80s.
No,
Wow.
I was 90. May 14, 1928 was my birthday.
Okay. Wow. I totally I didn't know you were already 90 years old. Wow.
More than.
Yeah. Where so obviously you were born in the Philippines, but where exactly in the Philippines were you born?
Santa Ilocosur.
Okay. So
That's the home of my father.
okay. Um is that in relation to Manila, like is that like north or south or where's that?
Mm, Santa Ilocosur is in the north.
Uh-huh. Is that like a big city or is it like a small village or what kind of place
It's
is it?
like it's only a town.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. How long were you there for? Do you remember?
When I was still a baby,
Mm-hmm.
my mother and dad went to Tubao, La Union.
Okay.
Of course, they brought me. I was a baby.
Okay. And so your parents, what were their names?
My mother,
Mm-hmm.
Juanita mm, Ramos Dacanay.
Okay. And your dad?
Nemesio Rosal Cardenas.
Oh. I mean, I never really asked you about your parents, so that's kind of cool. How many brothers and sisters do you have? Did you have any?
I have two brothers.
Two brothers?
Yes.
Just two brothers, or no sisters?
No sister.
No, really? So just three of you, huh?
We are only three.
Wow. What were their names?
Mm, Paul Cardenas and Antonio Cardenas.
So in relation to your age, like how were they younger? Were you in the middle? Were
I
they?
am at the middle.
Oh, so you're a middle child, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Um. Wow. Okay. So we're gonna flash forward a little bit, okay?
Yes.
You said I remember like way back when I was a kid, like if mom or dad wasn't around, you probably helped me with my schoolwork, and it probably helped out a lot because you were a teacher, right?
Yes.
So what did you what grade did you teach, or do you remember? Did you teach like little,
Grade 2.
grade two? Oh, so you taught little kids, huh?
Yes.
So how was that?
Mm, there were a lot kids, more than 30
You so
in
you
my class.
you would teach more than 30 at a time, or like 30 at a time, I should say.
Sometimes it's only 30.
It's only 30.
Mm.
Okay. And how long did you do that for again?
How long did I teach?
Yeah, how long did you teach for?
I taught for 32 years.
32 years.
Yes.
Wow. And the whole time just second grade.
First grade, 2 years.
Okay.
And second grade, 30 years.
So did you teach the first grade like the first 2 years of your career, or did you like, and then you taught the second grade the last 30 years, or do you remember?
I was ready to teach by that time because I finished my elementary education
Mm-hmm.
to teach at UST.
Okay. So I mean, did you enjoy it? Enjoy teaching kids like that?
Of course,
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
What was the hardest part about teaching? Would you say?
The hardest part is when there are boys that are unruly in the class. That's the hardest thing.
Yeah. You probably would have liked me because I was never like that. You probably, I mean, you know that.
Sometimes when they are noisy, I stop teaching until they are not talking anymore.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So you just like look at them silently and then wait.
Yes.
Did you like give them like
and then I teach again.
Did you give them like an angry stare? Like you just like look at them?
I just look at them because it is prohibited also to use this stick. I never did hurt any of my those whom I the boys and girls that I taught. I never did whip anybody.
What was that allowed in the school that you taught at?
Before.
Yeah.
But when I taught,
Yeah.
it was not allowed anymore.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
But I mean, like, was that allowed when you started working there?
No.
Oh, so by
No
the
more.
time you started working, or by the time you started teaching at that school, it was already forbidden, right?
Forbidden.
Interesting.
I taught only one school.
Okay. Wow, that's really interesting.
Yes.
Oh. Did you ever feel like you wanted to hit them, or?
But I did not ever hit them.
But did you feel like it?
Sometimes.
You can be honest.
Sometimes, but it is not allowed.
Oh yeah, of course, of course. Okay.
I do not like to be reprimanded.
Oh yeah, of course, of course. 32 years of teaching. That's
Yes.
okay. So, I want to switch gears for a little bit. How old were you when you met Grandpa?
I was 21 years old.
Oh, you were 21 when you met him.
More than 21 years old.
And do you remember how old were you when you guys got married?
Yes, 23.
So you knew each other for a couple years, and then you got married at 23. Huh?
Yes.
Do you remember how old he was when he met you?
He is older around 9 years.
Oh, really?
Yes.
He was 9 years older?
Yes. Around.
No way.
Almost.
So he was pretty much pushing 30 by the time you met him, huh?
Almost 9 years.
Wow. So when you got married, did you have like a big wedding? Or how did that go? Do you remember?
We married in Manila.
In Manila? Okay.
Yes. Simple wedding also.
Mm-hmm.
With a few visitors.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So from there, where did you guys end up living at after you guys got married?
We stayed in Manila for 1 month.
For 1 month.
Then we went to the province, Mangaldan, Pangasinan.
Okay. Okay. And how long did you guys live there for?
Until I began teaching.
Oh, okay. So you started your career after you got married, huh?
Yes, I started my career after I got married.
Interesting.
When I passed the eligibility test.
Do you remember what Grandpa did for a living?
Your grandpa?
Yeah.
Mm. He's connected with those making of graduation rings.
He was a ring maker?
He is not the ring maker, but
Okay.
he's connected with those in Manila.
Okay.
Those who are making graduation rings.
So you just like work for the company or something that did that?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And then he contacted these universities or colleges in
Mhm.
Pangasinan.
So was he like a salesman, would you say? Or
Yes, actually, he's like a salesman.
oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, so he was a salesman then like for a ring company.
Yes, ring
Okay.
company.
Oh. Interesting. I never knew that. I mean, I'm glad I asked.
He went. He did that for a living.
He did that for what?
A living.
Yeah.
As if it is his career.
How long did he do that for?
Until
Like, were you still teaching when he finished doing that, or?
I was already retired. He was still doing that.
And he was still doing that? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, wow. Right. So, do you remember when you first came to the United States?
Yes.
Yeah? Well, when was that?
That was 1985.
Wow, I wasn't even born yet.
Yes, because the second time I came in Ohio,
Mm-hmm.
and then you were born there.
So, why did you come in 1985 just to
See
just to see? Yeah.
the United States.
Yeah. So where did you go? Where did you go
I
when you
went to
first
San Francisco
went to San Francisco?
with a relative.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you go anywhere else besides there, or do you remember?
Sometimes when there is a occasion like baptismal party or wedding party, that is where I attend also.
And that was when you first originally visited in 1985?
Yes.
Yeah. How long were you here for?
1985. November, December, January. I think it was only less than 4 months.
Oh, okay, so you had
First
pretty much
time.
like a 4-month vacation here in the U.S.
They're only San Francisco and Daly City.
And where?
Daly City.
Oh, okay.
Because they're near each other.
Oh, I see. Okay. Was it was it a culture shock for you when you first came here to the U.S.? Like, was it a surprise to you coming to the United States for the first time?
For the first time, I was very interested to see the United States.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
I mean, because coming from the Philippines
Yes, coming from the Philippines.
to here, so.
I was excited and I was happy too.
And so then after that, you went back home, and then you came back to the United States in
Yes.
'87
1987 in Ohio.
in Ohio,
Yes, I went there.
because was it because I was being born, or?
Yes, you were born.
Mm-hmm. And then, how long were you here for?
That time in Ohio,
Yeah.
September, October, November, September, October, November, December, January, February. 5 months.
So you're here for 5 months.
Yes.
So basically, you came here just because I was being born and you wanted to spend
Yes,
time
yes,
with
yes. That is the main
with my
reason.
parents.
Yes.
Cool. Very cool.
Because your mom and dad had to work.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, I know that's very big in Asian families that typically the grandparents like to stay
Yes.
with. Yeah. Very cool. So one of the main reasons why I'm talking with you today is because there's one particular story that I remember you telling me years ago that I became very interested in, and I just want to hear it again.
What's that?
But I want to hear more detail about it. So basically, the story I want to hear about is back during World War II.
World War.
World War II.
World
When
War
you were,
II.
yeah. So
When the Japanese were here.
yes,
I
yeah,
were there.
yeah. So
Philippines.
okay. So do you remember how old you were when?
Outbreak of the war.
Yeah, at the outbreak of the war.
I was 13 years old.
You were 13.
Yes.
Wow.
I was in the first year high school.
You were a freshman in high school.
Yes.
Wow.
First year.
Can you explain to me like when the first day that when the Japanese came in, when they occupied your area, how was that? I mean, I have to know.
Like this. Agoo is a town.
Okay.
And Tubao is another town. We resided in Tubao.
Mm-hmm.
At the outbreak of the war, we had our flag ceremony in school, outside the school. Then, one of our teachers announced that it's already war. That's why I thought it's only for a few weeks, but it was 4 years.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we were delayed in our schooling.
Mm-hmm.
I was first year outbreak of the war. After the war, second year.
Okay, so wow, so you're only 13
Yes.
So did you see the Japanese invade your area where you were living at? How did?
We were afraid to face the Japanese.
Yeah. Did you see them marching through your city or
There was even one Japanese before that came to our house in the barrio because we did not live anymore in the town.
Oh, you lived
Because
in a
in the
bar?
town, they burned our houses in town.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
And we went to the barrio where there is land and it is land that could produce
Wait, okay, so let me backtrack a little bit.
agricultural land.
So wait, did you live in a house and then they burnt it down and then you had to evacuate to the barrio? Is that what you're saying? Or
At first, we evacuated already
okay.
because they are coming, they said. So we evacuated to a far barrio.
Okay. So they burnt your house down, huh? Where you live?
Every house in town, including the municipal building.
And
burned.
and you lived in that area. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes.
Wow.
We live in town.
Oh my gosh.
Tubao.
So I mean, I'm assuming you basically had just a moment's notice, right? And so you didn't even really have to. You couldn't really grab anything. You just had to get up and go, right?
We just pick up some clothes so that we have clothes also where we evacuated. No more. that's what everybody has a small thing there that they carry their clothes
Wow.
like that.
That's crazy. That's wow.
In the Japanese, if they want to, they are. We were very afraid of the Japanese before.
Oh, I bet. I bet. So, like after the initial invasion, and then it started to level off. Like, describe like what was your normal day to day living with the Japanese occupation during that time?
Japanese occupation.
Like how, whenever like after the initial invasion, like.
We went to the barrio already.
Mm-hmm.
To our agricultural land.
Mm-hmm.
We built a small one only. Nipa hut.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, like, just say like, okay, so you wake up, you eat breakfast, you still are you back in school? Did you go back to school?
Not yet, because the war was not yet finished.
So basically, what you're telling me is that you didn't go back to school till after the war ended. Is that what happened, or?
During the war, we did not go to school.
Wow. So you didn't go to school for 4 years, basically.
Yes.
Wow.
It was already 1945.
Yeah.
When the war was
Right.
over, and then the following June or July,
Mm-hmm.
we enrolled second year high school.
So wow. So you were 17 when you went back to school.
Yes, I was already 17.
Wow.
I was only in the second year high school.
Geez, that's something.
Imagine that, 4 years delayed.
Yeah. But I mean, okay, so I mean, but yeah, let's go back to like when you were during the war, like what was a day to day living for you like? Like what would
Our living,
yeah, just a normal, typical day, just.
we cook vegetables because we planted vegetables also in
Okay.
our
Uh-huh.
agricultural land.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, so you'd wake up. What would you do right after you wake up? Would you?
When we wake up, sometimes we neighbors also talk
Mm-hmm.
with each other.
Okay.
And then we cook again. 11 o'clock we cook again and then we will eat again.
And then
We eat our meals in our small nipa hut.
mm-hmm. And then you just keep farming, and then by the end of the day.
And then when the U.S. forces.
Oh, I don't want to go there yet. I don't want to go there yet. Not yet. So I mean, basically, when you were living in the barrio, like you just woke up, you farmed, you hung out, and then
We planted vegetables.
yeah, and then you at the end of the day you just go to sleep, right? That's you didn't really do much during.
We didn't do much.
Didn't do much.
Yes.
Were you constantly living in fear of your life during that time? Like, I mean, I'm assuming so, right?
What?
Were you just always scared during that time?
No.
No?
Sometimes we went to town. We go to church on Sundays in town.
Uh-huh.
2 kilometers away from town.
Uh-huh.
That is where we lived
I mean,
during the war.
Did you constantly see Japanese soldiers around, or no?
We saw them.
You saw them? Like.
But if they are with the captain,
Mm-hmm.
the lower soldiers are afraid
Mm-hmm.
to do anything bad
Right.
to the civilians.
So when their officer wasn't there, did you actually see anything bad happen like that?
I heard, but I did not see.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That must have been scary, huh?
They even slap persons if they will not wear the Japanese flag.
Oh, really?
Yes,
So
yeah.
did you have to do that? You wore the Japanese flag on your
Yes,
clothing?
we made Japanese flag like that,
Yeah.
and then we put here. When we go out,
Uh-huh.
even we go to the market, we go to church,
Uh-huh.
we always put the Japanese flag. Or else, if you meet a Japanese,
Really?
they will slap you. Mm.
So when you went out and you had to wear that flag, like, and you had to put it
Yes,
on, right?
yes.
Did you hate having to put that thing on, that flag on, because it's.
No, I like to put so that I will not be slapped.
Oh yeah, of course, but I mean like what it symbolizes. They're your occupier. They're in your home. Did you hate having to put it on because of that?
No,
Or you didn't really think about that at the
I
time.
did not think about that
Yeah.
by that time.
Yeah, I see. Um, so there was one story in particular that I remember you telling me about during your World War II. Um, I think you and some friends or something, you guys just went out to go play somewhere, and then you actually had to avoid like a Japanese patrol, like you had to run away from them. Do you remember telling me that story?
Ah, yes.
Yeah. Can
Like
you
this.
can you tell me from the beginning how that went?
We have a house, neighborhood house here,
Mm-hmm.
and my cousin, they have also a neighborhood house there.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of our neighbors, they have houses there, near
Mm-hmm.
each other. Mm. And then, the when Japanese are coming, they said, we peep through the plants that climbed. When they were coming, we ran to the sugarcane field over there,
Uh-huh.
and they did not see us. Luckily, they did not see us. Mm. When they went back, that's the time we went back to our neighborhood homes also,
So how long would you be hiding in that?
in that sugarcane.
Yeah, how long would that go for? Do you know? Do you remember?
Yes, 2 to 3 hours.
So you guys were just hiding there?
Ay, nako, very hard.
Yeah.
Mm.
Did this happen a lot? Like, did you have to do that a lot, or was that just a one-time thing
One time only.
so that was the only time that.
Yes.
Well, what do you know what those soldiers were doing there that day? Like they were just patrolling there? Is that what it was?
They will
Or-
catch chickens for their food.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
And you didn't want to get caught by them, so you had to.
Yes, that's why we ran away.
Yeah, because I mean, it's really hard for me to kind of fathom this because I was a Marine,
Yes.
and like when I went out, I had to sometimes like try to find the enemy and stuff like that. But obviously, I'm a grown adult and I had my rifle and all that stuff, and but you were just a kid. You didn't have anything, right?
Nothing.
So all you could do is just hide somewhere.
Yes.
I mean, that's pretty amazing.
When the liberation forces came, mm, beginning there at northern part,
Mm-hmm.
and then there is already our place, La Union.
Mm-hmm. Um.
We were very happy when the U.S. forces came
Mm-hmm.
because my father and my older brother worked there, and they earn also money, and they give key rations.
Okay.
Yes.
Like so. I mean, when the Allied forces came through, like, did you see them like marching through like your area and like?
They came to our area,
Uh huh.
to Bao.
Uh huh.
Mm.
What was that like when that first happened?
we were happy to see him.
Mm-hmm.
And afterwards, the the mayor in our town said that every Saturday there will be a dance here in the auditorium.
Tell me more. Tell me more about those those dances. You said those happen on Saturdays. Is that what happened?
Saturdays, yes.
So, did you attend these dances?
I was just beginning to dance by that time.
Yeah, really. So,
Yes.
do you like?
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I was 18 already.
So, did you go to every Saturday to those dances?
No,
No. How many did you go to?
perhaps I went there 4 times.
4 times.
Yes.
So, what did you like dance with like some of the U.S. soldiers and stuff? Like that?
We danced with them.
Yeah. How was that?
Uh, it's good also.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, after the war, like, how did things return to normalcy? Like, did you?
After the war, we evacuated at Santo Tomas La Union.
Okay.
We are from Tubao, and then we passed by Agoo, and then Santo Tomas La Union is where the final evacuation.
Mm-hmm.
That time, they said that the U.S. forces are coming already,
Uh-huh.
and we were very happy.
And then from there, like, where did you go?
We stayed there for a while at the final evacuation, while my father and older brother are working with the American soldiers.
Mm-hmm. And then, like, did you end up going back to where you lived before, and then
Yes.
after it was rebuilt and stuff, or?
Near like this. One time, there is a 6x6, the big truck,
Mm-hmm.
and they said we can ride there going back to our town.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, everybody, until the truck was filled.
Mm-hmm.
Then we went back to our town.
So when you got back to town, was everything still destroyed, or like was it rebuilt, or was it in being built back, or?
The houses that were our houses that were burned
Mm-hmm.
were not built back yet,
Mm-hmm.
because we stayed in the barrio for a long time.
Right. Did your house get rebuilt eventually, or did you just end up staying somewhere else?
My father built with the carpenters, built a small nipa hut,
Mm-hmm.
even in town only.
Oh, really?
Yes, because we could not live without that,
Right, right.
so that we can live there and we can sleep there.
Is that where you end up staying until you?
And then when and then eventually my father built another house there.
Okay, and then that's where you.
The nipa hut was gone.
Okay, and then that's where you ended up.
Until
in?
now.
Yeah. Okay. Wow, that must have been quite an adventure, huh?
Yes.
Because I mean, I can't imagine living in a during wartime, you know.
when we returned in Tubao. And then they announced that opening of class is June. He said, ah, may, many students enrolled at once.
Wow, so you guys must have really liked school, huh?
We will be very happy to go to school again.
Really? I mean, I don't know much about kids these days. You probably would have been happy that they didn't have school, but I mean,
That's why I graduated very late. I
oh
graduated
yeah,
from
of
the high
course.
school very late. I was delayed for 4 years.
Yeah, right.
Mm.
So, wow, that's amazing.
Mm.
Um, well, that was a nice talk. Um, you're leaving in a couple days, and just want to say I love you,
Thank you.
and then
I love you too.
and I'll see you soon over there.
Thank you.
All right.
I hope you will go to the Philippines. You will go to Pag-asa and Mangaldan.
Yeah, I will. I will.